welcome back everybody to another wonderful show of Talk is Cheap. My name is Giovanni, I'm your host, and you have Kyle Schillenford, and you got Ludolph McLaughlin with us. And we also have a very special guest with us. We have Memo Huaman with us. He's a former STU midfielder, and he's here to share some of his knowledge and some of his NBA experience with us. So, Memo, welcome to the show.
I hope you're ready, Memo.
I hope you're ready.
Talk is cheap.
All right.
I'm more than ready.
Oh, he's more than ready. Let's see.
I like that.
All right, guys. So we're not going to keep you too long. We're going to go straight into our first hot topic. And the first hot topic, with Rondo back with his season debut Friday, we're going to have to grade him. I don't know. What you guys think? Kyle, we're going to start off with you.
First of all, thank you and welcoming Memo onto the show.
I appreciate it.
But I give Rondo a C. Well, it's kind of too early. That 8 points, 4 assists, 2 steals a game, and he did average 1 turnover in just 19 minutes. So that was kind of actually good for Rondo. But going forward, I don't know what's going to be happening. It's kind of questionable. But for that performance he had, I think he could have probably given me double digits in either assist or points. So I give him a C+. It's not that bad, right?
C+. I wouldn't take it for a grade.
I'm going to say my fellow thing over here is a tough grader. A C+. I'm close to that, but I'm gonna give him a B.
So how tough if
that's
you give him a B?
That's a tough grade.
He's giving him a B. Let's see.
Like when you're in school, would the teacher to give you that C or push you up to that B?
I want to push me up. I gotta earn it though.
Oh,
thank you.
But when I'm saying you're a tough teacher, if you're a tough teacher, man.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
I'll give Rondo a B.
A B?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I'd take your class. Let's go, Memo. What you got for us?
I'm definitely going to agree with Ludolph over here. I think he's grading a little tougher than Rocha.
Okay.
But,
inside joke, guys.
But I mean, this guy just came back. He did what he had to do. He still raged on Rondo. I think in 2 weeks, it's been a tough injury. He's been out. He has to get back into the system. It's almost a brand new team. I'd say 2-3 weeks we're gonna have the same old Rondo. Let him get his legs back. Let him get
I like that.
I think a B+.
It sounds nice. He worded it very beautifully. And
coming from a previous I'm still a Celtic fan. I didn't go nowhere, but to grade Rondo, I think I'd give him like an A+. Because first of all,
that's a bias.
That's a very
bias. Guess what? That's the type of grade you give a student, and then 5 years later, he's probably working at the dumpster.
Listen, he's my favorite player, so you can't contest that. All right, guys. So, okay, with Rondo, Memo said, he just came back. He has been on the court for almost a year now, since January 25th of last year. And, 4 for 9 from the field, 8 points, 2 rebounds. Yes, it's pretty bad, but, we all know who Rondo is. And I'm pretty sure soon he's going to come back. So, Kyle, that's C.
You're right.
I don't like that.
Okay, but you
not for coming back.
Okay, but you got to grade him tough. Because 8 points, 4 assists in 19 minutes, that's mediocre. Yes, he just came back, but what are we gonna do, baby?
19 minutes.
We can't have but we can't have no sympathy.
19 minutes first game.
Okay, but we can't have no sympathy for him.
No
Don't have no sympathy. 8 points, 4 assists, 2 steals. I love the 1 turnover. But you gotta understand, right? Yes, it's gonna take him 2 weeks, but Boston needs him right now. So he only have a week to me left to give these type of games out.
You're right.
And they have him on minutes restriction, yes, so that's not his fault. But you gotta at least perform to at least give your players like Jeff Green, you gotta give Kelly Olynyk or whatever his last name is, give them some type of motivation to get on that, because they right now are they're out.
I agree with half of what you're saying, that they do need him right now. But I want to say that he had more positives than he had negatives. Like you said, it was only 1 turnover. He was able to play. He was able to play pretty good. Got 4 assists, 2 steals, which means he was active defensively. We expect Rondo to get a lot of steals. 4 assists in only 19 minutes. So it's a process.
Okay, but guess what? Why I boost them down to a C+? Because guess what? They were down 3, 107-104, and who missed the game tying 3?
Come on.
Rondo's not going to make it.
Okay, but I'm going to boost you down to a 3 because you could have probably saved your team right there. That could have me give you a B. So yes, I might be bringing something that's unusual for Rondo, but guess what? You gotta probably and this game right now, he had 4 points tonight. So it's decreasing. Your value is, your game is decreasing, and you don't want to see that.
It's a process. So I'm trying to tell you, he's gonna come back and he's got to get playing time.
When Westbrook came back,
what rookie comes in their first game scores 50 points?
Okay, what you talking about, rookie? Compared to Westbrook, when Westbrook came back, what happened?
Westbrook didn't score 50 points his first game. He struggled the first 2 games.
He's double digit though.
But Rondo's not the same player as Westbrook. Rondo is a player that's more of a pick and roll, assist type of guy. Westbrook's that big explosive scorer.
Memo. School is young boy.
Go ahead, Memo.
Actually, Memo's on the other team.
I'm a little bit against you. Rondo was on the court about a year ago. Last time he was on, it was Doc Rivers was the coach.
Okay.
Paul Pierce was playing. Kevin Garnett was playing the pick and roll with him. It was a whole different system.
Oh,
new players.
Okay, but now you have more time to score.
Not only is it a little more difficult to come back from an injury.
Let the boy talk.
Not only is it difficult to come back from an injury, but coming back into a new system as a point guard. That's the main concern. He's a point guard.
But it's Rondo at the end, just like you said. It's Rondo at the end.
It's just like Kyrie. It's Kyrie at the end, but why is Kyrie struggling?
What you mean? Why is Kyrie struggling?
Oh gosh, not Kyrie. Let's not go back on Kyrie.
You have to give time.
Okay.
It's just like a girl.
Okay, quick question.
You just go to a girl. You know her automatically. You have to spend time. Get to know her.
That was a good idea.
Okay, let me tell you. The last 3 seasons, Rondo averaged a double-double. I don't see him doing that this season. Because guess what? Okay. The big tree is gone, and Doc Rivers is gone as well. So now that's like...
You have Green.
2 Green. Who's averaging what? 15 points? Come on. So that's a different option for Rondo now. So who's gonna knock down shots for Rondo? Avery Bradley?
I think Rondo will figure something out.
He'll figure something out.
It's Rondo. You're talking about the guy that improved in his shooting drastically within 2 years, was a complete different shooter, hitting threes. He's a hard worker. He's a great point guard. He's very skillful. I think he's going to make things happen. And
I could agree with that.
But the Celtics,
let's get it moving, guys.
The East is weak. The East is weak.
I can agree on that.
The Celtics are weak.
But guys, check it out. Like you're hearing here, Rondo, he is going to step it up. Only time could tell. He is the centerpiece of the team, and they only could build around him. So, Rondo, you're going to hear me give you some later, so I'm just saying it early. All right, guys, so we're going to move into our next hot topic number 2, the East and the West All-Star lineup prediction. Is it too early?
I don't think so.
Nah, I don't think so. I mean,
what he gotta say.
After all, we only have close to about 3 weeks left coming up, so... Ludolph, we're going to start off with you. What you got for me? Let me hear your lineup.
Okay. My All-Star starters is... Okay, I'm gonna start like this. Right now, in the East, as far as voting goes, it's pretty much set. As LeBron, it's going to be LeBron, Paul George, Melo,
No, but we got to
Dwayne.
get the position.
Listen.
Hold on. Let them go.
Like I said, it's going to be LeBron, Paul George, Carmelo, Dwayne, and Kyrie. Voting, they're blowing out everybody else from... LeBron, Paul George, and Melo are blowing everybody out in the front court, and Dwayne Wade and Kyrie are blowing everybody out in the back court. So the East is going to be set as starters. Listen.
LeBron can't start at center.
Hold on. Go just let him get his lineup. All right.
Okay.
You done?
In the West, it's more competitive. Right now, it's KD, Dwight, Blake, Kobe, and Kobe. Even though he's not playing, if he can play, he's leading the vote right now, and it would be Chris Paul, but Chris Paul is also injured. But my starting lineup, what I think it should be is LeBron, George, Melo, Wade, and instead of Kyrie, John Wall in the East. And in the West, my starters are Durant, Anthony Davis, LaMarcus Aldridge, Lillard, and Steph Curry.
All right. I'm gonna give you some official starters because I don't know how LeBron can start at the center. It would be good, but also great.
If you knew anything about basketball, they don't worry about positions. It's just front court versus back court.
Okay, but they're gonna need a center to start. You know that, right?
No,
but anyways,
it's only front court and back court. It could be all forwards.
Okay. What you got for me?
My East starters. If I was putting up a lineup, because I would like for the All-Star to be competitive. So I have at center Joakim Noah. I think he earns it. Come in. Back after, Rose went down and now Deng is gone, he's averaging 11 points and 11 rebounds. So he made a statement. He's low in voting, but he's still up there. Power forward, I would love to see LeBron. Why? Because I want to see Paul George at the small forward. Then I have a shooting guard, the best, Dwayne Wade. That's my man right there.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
And then point guard, I don't know how he can say John Wall over Kyrie Irving. That's just blasphemous. But in the West now, so Kyrie as a point guard. In the West, I have Dwight Howard. He made a statement. He's averaging a double-double with Houston. Power forward, LaMarcus Aldridge. That might be a sleeper.
MVP.
But I think he earns it. He earned it.
Okay.
Small forward, Kevin Durant. Shooting guard, James Harden. No debating, because there's nobody else. So Klay Thompson. And then at point guard, we have Stephen Curry. So that's my prediction, and I would love to see that, other than what he said. But
okay, that's a pretty nice lineup. What you got for us, Memo?
All right, so I'm gonna have to agree with Kyle in regards to the
big
center
man.
position.
Yes.
Of course. I mean, it definitely matchups are a big factor in those games.
Because if Dwight plays,
so it's gonna be Dwight Howard starting in the West. You gotta have a center, and I think the best center in the East is gonna be Roy Hibbert. You gotta have Roy Hibbert in there to be able to try to go up against Dwight. So I'm being LeBron James, obviously. You're going to have LeBron James, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, and Kyrie starting at point. It's going to be a nice matchup between Kyrie.
No love for Wade?
I was debating between Kyrie or Wade.
Okay, once you put him in a debate,
we'll get to Wade.
If Wade or Kyrie, I think Melo has to play Paul George and LeBron, and obviously you got to have a big man Hibbert. On the West, it's going to be nice if Kyrie goes up against Steph.
You know,
if you got Curry against Kyrie, I think it'd be a nice matchup. James Harden, you got Kevin Durant, Dwight Howard, and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Put LA in there.
Okay, that's a very good starting lineup.
Okay. Well, I mean, guys, this is the All-Star game. It's not really about who's your favorite. At the end of the day, it's all about who the crowd wants to see. It's all about
But the
publicity.
crowd wanted to see Kobe, and
So,
that's just, they're just, not making sense.
Voting for Kobe. Voting is not.
So,
well,
that's popularity. It's a popularity.
All right, guys. So All-Star, it's more about just predicting who your favorite player is, or who you like the most. But sometimes it is a coincidence, and it does happen.
And that's what kills the All-Star.
But of course, we're talking about anticipated votes, the trends. We're talking about the star power. Who is that star player that people want to see? Now, I know, Kyle, you mentioned Dwayne Wade, but I mean, I don't know how much of a star he's looking like.
He's averaging 19 points a game. What do you want from a man that has bad knees?
Don't discredit Wade. Wade's playing very good.
Okay.
He can't come in every day and be a great player. But Wade, you know what you're gonna get with him. He's consistent and all of that. Like, I would never say anything bad about Wade because he's done everything in the league that you want a player to do. Sure, he's falling off. You can't say anything about that. He's falling off, but he's still a great player.
And wait, hold on, Ludolph. And with you, I mean, with the lineup you have, I mean, we all know that the center forward is very important. But what are they going to do in terms of rebounding? Just what's going to happen to the lineup?
All right, they're going to have a disadvantage rebounding if Howard gets in to start because first of all, he's the best rebounder in the league, and they're not going to have a matchup in terms of size. So they're going to have a disadvantage. But my thing is, I'm not worried about having a specific position. The league system is 3 front court, regardless of position. Forwards and centers count as front court, and 2 back court, which is 2 guards. Regardless of shooting guard or point guard, it's just 2 guards. So the system is, so right now, I'm looking at LeBron, George, Melo in the front court, and Wade and Wall.
Okay. Look in the scope with an analyst's eye. Okay, you're looking at through a fan. Through a fan eye. No, wait.
For the fans.
Okay, yes, it is for the fans. But a couple of analysts, changed the whole motive, saying, okay, yes, this will be good for the fans, but is this good for an analyst? You want to watch the game?
I'm analyzing the All-Star game, which is for the fans, correct? So why am
I
not analyzing the regular season game?
Okay, but you cannot like a matchup or a lineup because you're an analyst and you see deeper than what a fan sees. A fan just sees LeBron. A fan sees Kobe, who is not playing. A fan sees Rondo, who hasn't played a game yet.
That's the
Think
NBA
of an analyst
system. It doesn't matter. It's the NBA system. It's going to start with 3 front court and 2 back court, regardless of position.
And the rules have recently been changed, right?
Right, this year. It's the new system. It
and
doesn't
that's just
matter.
going to kill the All-Star. So if you want to go by the system,
people are going to see the players.
Go by the government system.
That's the point of the. That's the point of the. That's the point of the game.
So what do you think we should do, Kyle? I mean,
we want to go back to the old system. Do you want to go back to the
old system? Should we call NBA hotline and be like, we don't like this change?
You're right. If it stands, as in the new system changed. So I can't do nothing about it. But I'm gonna show my opinion what I would like to see and what I would think would be appropriate. Again, because guess what? You predicted Golden State will play against Miami Heat. That's your prediction, right?
But that's possible within the rules of the league.
Okay, but that's possible, right? But I'm just saying.
Yours is not possible within the rules of the league.
But how that's not possible?
Because there's no way in the heck. Who do you have as center? Joakim Noah is going to get more votes than Melo, Paul George, or LeBron.
Votes. But what if they say...
That's what we're talking about.
Okay, no, we're talking about votes. We're talking about prediction lineup.
No, we're talking about the starters of the All-Star game. The starters are going to be predicted by the votes.
Prediction lineup. Okay, so I'm
but you're predicted by the votes.
Right, but you guys are going two different predictions. You're going more
of a lineup
but he's going more
of a fan of a let's knock it out the park instead of playing small ball and winning with defense.
Who's gonna start? Who's gonna start? It's not gonna be determined by a lineup or whatever a coach thinks. It's gonna be determined by what the fans think. Correct?
Okay, but that's my prediction.
This is what the fans think.
Okay, but are you bashing me for my prediction?
I'm not bashing you for your prediction. I'm saying that it won't happen.
How you know it won't happen?
Because Joakim cannot get more votes than these three players.
Guess what? Yours won't happen either. How would you like them like those?
Okay, you can say that, but he has no backup to it. He has no backup to it. He has no defense to it.
Let's go to our guest here. I mean, Memo, what do you think about all this with their two sides about it?
Well, I think it's very clear LeBron, Paul George, Melo, and Kyrie are all going to be on the starting lineup. Now, the question is, if this was a do-or-die game between the East and the West, it would be Hibbert starting at center to match up against Dwight. And since it's the fans that are voting, most likely Dwayne Wade is going to be voted over Roy Hibbert in this.
Yes, and I like
that's what I'm saying.
But I don't like how the NBA is doing it. And
you can say that.
Okay, but am I wrong? Okay, cool. Because but I've been saying that, but you just wasn't listening.
No, you've been saying that's how it's going to start. You know it's not going to start.
No, I gave you my prediction. I tell you from an analyst, this is what I would like.
Why would you predict that if it's going to be based on the votes?
Okay, but I'm telling you, this is what.
Well. Alright guys, so it's for the most interesting part of the show. This is our Stat Cruncher. And this week's Stat Cruncher is Kevin Durant. Alright guys, he exploded with 54 points, 19 for 29 field goals, 5 for 9 3-pointers, and he did 11 for 13 free throws Friday against the Warriors. He's added 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block in 44 minutes of action. Durant has been filling up the sheets in the past couple games with Westbrook out. So, hey, I look forward to seeing him in the All-Star game. I think he's really going to tear it up. I mean, what do you guys have to say about that?
He's got LeBron noticing him even more. LeBron's like, KD's really motivated me to step up my game.
And seeing that Westbrook out here has really stepped up and carried the load. Westbrook load. So I think him scoring 54 was a combination of him and Westbrook in the game. You know, but from my perspective, from a fantasy perspective, I have Westbrook, Kevin Durant on my fantasy team. That kind of propelled me over.
I had him first though.
You know, but you gave it. I traded
mistakes.
GM. But anyway, you know, for him to put up 50 points in a win versus the Warriors, that was a showdown between him and Curry and David Lee. So that was a kind of a handicap match. You know, if you don't include Ibaka. So that was a good performance from KD.
Well, KD, good job. Keep it up. Alright guys, so we're going to move into our next segment, and that's our Give Me Some, but we're going to start off with our guest first. So Memo, give me some.
Alright, well for our Give Me Some, I'm going to pick 2 rookies. I got Dennis Schroder from the Atlanta Hawks. I think I was expecting a little bit more, and obviously the other rookie is going to be Anthony Bennett from the Cavaliers. From the Cavs, I mean, I was expecting a big season. I haven't seen much, and
that's not a give me some. That's a give me a lot.
Definitely.
Give me a lot.
Disappointment for sure. So.
All right. Ludolph.
Okay, my give me some. Start off with Gerald Green. Bledsoe's out, so he's coming in, and he needs to step up his game to keep the Suns on their playoff path. Right now they're 8th, and if Gerald Green can try to keep them there until Bledsoe comes back and he could go back to the 6-man road, that would be good. So Gerald Green, give me some. My second give me some is Jordan Crawford. He's a very good player, and this is his first time that he's on a contending team, a team that actually can compete for championships. He's coming from Boston and Washington with teams that wasn't very good, and now he comes in and all he has to do is be a good scorer and a ball handler, which are 2 things that he does very good, so that's going to make him a good fit. So Jordan Crawford, give me some.
All right.
I have a comment, but I'll say it.
Okay.
My first give me some is Deron Williams. Deron Williams is supposed to be expecting to return Monday night against the Knicks. That's going to be an anticipated game. So Deron Williams, his season average 17 and 8. When he came back from his first ankle injury, he averaged a double-double, 17 and 10. In what, 6 games? His first 6 games back. You know, now he's dealing with the ankle issue again. But when he comes back Monday, I'm gonna need him to put a statement, you know, on this game, because this is not a do or die, but this is gonna show who really runs New York. And Brooklyn, to me, should be running New York because Carmelo doesn't want it. So, Deron Williams, give me some. But my last give me some is gonna be the Sixers. Wow.
Wow, you took the whole team.
Sixers. I'm not taking the whole East like Rudolph once again, but I'm taking the Sixers. Why? Because they started off 3-0. They had expectations to probably fight in the East to probably be 6th or 7th, or probably even higher, because they got the rookie Michael Carter-Williams. You know, they got Evan Turner, who's supposed to be their #1 scorer. We got Spencer Hawes, who's supposed to be bringing on the boards, averaging a double-double. You know, you also got Thaddeus Young. So you got probably not one of the best starting fives, but one of the best young starting fives. Okay. But the bench is probably the factor in their, you know, their little struggle. They're 13 and 27. They're 5 and 15 on the road, 8 and 12 at home. So you can't even average 500 either, or well, at least at home. You know, so 76ers. Nah, I almost forgot them because guess what? They're not a factor no more. But 76ers. Give me some.
Alright guys, so you know it's the time that you hate the most, but of course we do have to end the show. But don't worry, we'll be here again for you guys next week. Make sure to check us out on our Facebook page, hit us up on Instagram, and also check us out on Twitter, and make sure to check out our YouTube page. And remember, always remember that talk is cheap. And good night, everybody.
Just gotta say thank you to Memo for coming through, man.
Of course. I can't forget about the host.
Man. It's a pleasure to have you on the show, man.
All right,
you were a great guest.
And don't worry, I didn't stick a fork in you like how I did the previous host, with a previous guest. Subliminal.
Good night, everybody.